Corrie fans, brace yourselves because next week is going to be one of those weeks where you don't dare nip out for a cuppa. Everything's kicking off on the cobbles, fights, secrets, heartbreak, even another doomed proposal attempt. It feels like every corner of the street has some kind of drama bubbling away. We've got Theo finally snapping, Carla trying yet again to propose, Lisa's past catching up with her, Carl living dangerously, Jenny's heartbreaking, George being pulled in two directions, and even Debbie finding herself in a surprising new role. Let's walk through it together. Here are 8 spoilers for Coronation Street, from the 1st to the 5th of September. Spoiler 1: Theo lashes out at Todd. This one's dark, and it could change Todd's life. We've all seen Theo's jealousy getting worse, but next week he completely crosses the line. When Todd defies him and spends time with Billy, Theo attacks him. Proper physical violence, and Todd is left rattled to the core. The sad part is Todd tries to justify it afterwards. He tells Sarah maybe Theo's just struggling because of his past, but she can see he's making excuses. It's written all over his face that he knows things aren't right. And Theo, he tells Billy he's seeking therapy, but later admits to Gary he didn't even go. That's the real danger. He thinks it's not proper abuse, because he was drunk or just lost his temper, but we all know where this is heading. Honestly, I can't believe they're going there with Todd again. He's been through so much already, and now he's stuck in an abusive relationship. This could get even worse before it gets better. Spoiler 2: None. Carla's proposal veils. On a lighter note, Carla is gearing up for another big romantic gesture. She's determined to propose to Lisa again after her last attempt went pear-shaped. She even gets Betsy's blessing, which is a lovely touch. She sets up the garden, all decorated and perfect, but of course, this is Weatherfield. Something happens, and the moment's ruined all over again. Later, Lisa admits to Betsy she had her own proposal plan. So now we've got this brilliant will they, won't they, with both women trying to surprise the other. Maybe third time lucky. Or maybe they'll keep tripping over each other's plans. I have to say, I'd love to see Carla finally get her happy ending. After everything she's endured over the years, she deserves a bit of joy. Spoiler 3: Lisa meets Tia Wardley, but happiness doesn't come easy. Just as Carla's planning romance, Lisa gets a ghost from the past thrown in her face. Kit starts digging into Logan Radcliffe and discovers his connection to Tia Wardley, a name fans will remember. Logan had used Tia's name to feed Carla false information before, so the whole thing feels dodgy from the start. Then, during Carla and Lisa's dinner party, picture it, Roy and Evelyn already causing their usual awkwardness, in walks Tia herself, just announcing who she is. For Lisa, this is massive. Is Tia the missing link to finally understanding what really happened with Becky? Or is she another piece of Logan's manipulation? Either way, the tension in that bistro is going to be through the roof. Spoiler 4: Carl's affairs spiral now. Let's talk about Carl Webster. Honestly, the man's like a walking disaster zone right now. He's been with AB behind Kevin's back. He's been with James in secret. And Tracy's hovering around, blackmailing him while also trying to seduce him herself. It's messy, it's risky, and it's only going to blow up. Next week, Tracy corners Carl for money and makes digs about Kevin, but Debbie overhears. And if Debbie's onto something, then Carl's web of lies is in serious danger of unraveling. Carl's living like he's untouchable, but you know Corrie's secrets never stay secret for long, and the fallout from this could tear families apart. Brody and Dylan's stolen car nightmare. Carl's chaos doesn't stop at affairs. He's also roping Brody and Dylan into his dodgy stolen car racket. Next week, Brody tells him they've lined up a job, something big, something that'll earn Nicole a fat payout. Dylan's not keen, you can see it written all over his face, but he goes along anyway. When the boys actually try to pull it off, James catches them red-handed. Now that's awkward, especially since James has already been tangled up with Carl in a completely different way. Will James report them, or will he keep quiet to protect himself? This could really spiral, because if Dylan gets dragged deeper into crime, Sean and Eileen are going to be devastated. Jenny pining for George. Jenny's really putting herself through it at the moment, isn't she? You can see plain as day she's got feelings for George, but instead of noticing, he's swanning around with Christina like she's the best thing since sliced bread. It's tough to watch because Jenny's usually the one holding everyone else together, yet when it comes to her own heart, she never seems to get the happy ending. The whole mess is made worse because Jenny already made a fool of herself trying to expose Christina as a liar. That backfired spectacularly when Dom really was dead, and now she's the one who looks desperate. Next week she tries to patch things up with George, but he just brushes her off like it's nothing. And you can see it written all over her face. That sinking feeling when the person you like won't even give you the time of day. What's gutting is that George probably doesn't even realize the impact he's having on her. He's caught up playing the hero, thinking he's doing the right thing for Christina, but in the process he's completely blind to Jenny's feelings. For viewers, it's heartbreaking because Jenny's not just pining in silence, She's right there, showing vulnerability, and still he can't see it. Then to twist the knife, she spots him in the pub with Christina later on, and he's laughing and smiling like there's not a care in the world. Jenny's face says it all. It's like someone's just knocked the wind out of her. For someone who's already been through loss and heartbreak in past relationships, it feels so cruel to see history repeating itself. This could really stir up opinion among fans, because while some might think George deserves a bit of happiness, a lot of us will be rooting for Jenny. She's been at the center of the Rovers for years. She's loyal, funny, strong, yet, when it comes to love, she's forever overlooked. If George doesn't wake up soon, he could miss out on the best partner he'll ever have, and that would be a massive shame. Spoiler 70. George falls for Christina. George, finally admitting he's got growing feeling Christina, is bound to set tongues wagging. The two of them confessing to each other might look sweet on the surface, but you can't help but wonder what Christina's really up to. That whole scene with card getting declined and the tears flowing, was that a genuine moment of stress, or was it perfectly timed to tug at George's heartstrings? Viewers will definitely be split on whether to feel sorry for her or suspicious of her. Glenda certainly isn't fooled, and I think a lot of fans will agree with her. She warns George straight up not to trust Christina, pointing out the obvious: Jenny's the one who actually cares about him. But George just brushes it off, laughing like it's nothing serious. That's the frustrating part, because you can see he's walking straight into something messy, while the people who love him are waving red flags right in front of his face. And then there's Jenny, left completely in the shadows. It's honestly painful to see her standing by while Christina swoops in and takes center stage. Jenny's been through so much and deserves better, yet here she is, overlooked again. This love triangle isn't just awkward, it's got the potential to cause real heartbreak, and if George doesn't wise up soon, he might lose the person who truly has his back. Debbie and the dementia choir finally, something a bit gentler. Glenda hands Debbie a flyer for a dementia choir, and at first Debbie's not interested. But she gives it a try, and to her own surprise, she loves it. She even starts getting enthusiastic about helping the group reach their potential. But whether the others see her as the right person to lead is another question. It's a small storyline, but it could be lovely. Debbie's often in the background, and this gives her something heartfelt, something different from all the skimming and fighting elsewhere on the street. So that's all 8 storylines coming up next week, and it's a lot. Theo's violence, Carla and Lisa's proposal chaos, Tia's arrival, Carl's messy affairs, Brody and Dylan's dodgy scheme, Jenny's heartbreak, George's romance with Christina, and Debbie finding new purpose in music. If you're still watching and enjoying, don't forget to hit subscribe. It means you won't miss any of the weekly Corrie updates, and it really helps this channel grow. Bottom line, next week on Coronation Street is jam-packed. You've got the darkness of Theo's abuse storyline running alongside the chaos of Carl's lies, mixed in with Jenny's heartbreak, Carla's romantic drama, and even Debbie finding a lighter path. It's the full range from shocking to sweet, and that's why we all keep watching. Now I want to know what you think. Do you reckon Carla and Lisa will finally get engaged, or will it be another disaster? Is Christina really falling for George, or is she playing him? And how long before Carl's secrets catch up with him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I love reading your takes. And if you enjoyed this, give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with any Corrie fans you know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for even more spoilers.